Hello financial investors and welcome to the channel. In today's video we are going to be doing our M1 Finance Roth IRA buys here for the 31st of August 2020. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the M1 Finance portfolio, take a look at what stocks were up, what stocks were down for this past week, what is the change of the portfolio, what activity did we have, and what stocks are we buying today on the very final day of August 2020. It is so crazy to see that we have just 3 months ahead of us within 2020 and then we're off to a brand new year. So what do you think this market will do for the remainder of 2020? Do you think we'll be positive and continue to move higher week after week, month after month? Or do you see us having a bit of a pullback such as we had back in 2018, 2019? Let me know down in the comment section below. And of course, let's go ahead and get into the video by first going down below, hitting the red button to subscribe to the channel, hitting the bell to be notified every time we release a new video, and giving this video a thumbs up by making it blue. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the video. So right now, after hours, the market is positive. We recently are, Friday, we closed 1 point away and the S&P 500 from hitting a new all-time high. So the all-time high right now is 3,509 points, and we just closed not even 1 point below our new all-time high. And already, right now in the after hours, the S&P 500 futures are up 0.35%. So Monday, I'm expecting a new all-time high here on Monday once again. So we'll see how this kind of plays out for the week, but right now we see the German markets are open. They are up by 0.7% roughly. So, there's no reason why the market will be negative this week unless, something out of the market happens. Now, jumping over into the M1 Finance portfolio, I was just taking a look at the activity for Apple. Apple on Monday is going to be splitting. I'll go ahead and show you. I'll be updating my spreadsheet here in today's video. It does look like it's negative right now, but that is because my shares haven't updated on my spreadsheet, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. So overall, our portfolio is roughly, this is a money weighted return of roughly 27.16%. So over the whole period that we have been invested since January 8th of 2018, this has produced roughly about $2,000 of market gains and a little over, or pretty close to about $1,400 in earned dividends. Now, not all of these have been paid out into the account, but we definitely have had quite a bit paid out into the account. Now, this past week, for the week of 24th through the 28th, we really didn't have a whole lot going on. We made our 2 buys on Monday. We purchased UGI Corporation and UTBI Bancorp. Those are 2 companies that we may continue to buy into today, but we will definitely be taking a look at them and maybe a few others. Now, we didn't have any dividends paid this past week, so all we have right now to invest is our baseline $50.23 that we are investing every single week in order to dollar cost average into the market, regardless whether it's high or whether it's low. Now, our activity for this past week. Now, the markets were on fire this week. We already saw the S&P 500 put on 3.26%. The Dow Jones put on 2.59%, and the NASDAQ put on 3.39%. So all of those indexes currently beat the heck out of me here. I'm up roughly 2.09% this past week, and the reason for that is because we had a few companies here really not perform, and there are mainly utilities and healthcare. So if you watch my Sunday video, or I don't think I actually released it, my weekly recap video, I saw that healthcare and utilities were the weakest sectors this past week. So if you guys haven't watched that video, it kind of locates and shows you that every sector out there was pretty strong besides healthcare and utilities and REITs. So taking a look at this, my Pfizer, my Consolidated Edison, my Walgreens, my AbbVie, Kimberly-Clark, Digital Realty Trust, and Southern Company, that's a lot of utilities in here, some healthcare, and retail healthcare businesses as well. So those are my downers of the week, but really not a lot. Those are my only few negative positions. My positive positions, we had Simon Property Group up 8.25%, Eaton Vance up 8.12%, Cisco Corp 7.71, Las Vegas Sands 7.5. So I'm not sure if this is due to the CDC redoing their numbers and showing that only 9% of the deaths by the illness was actually caused by the illness and not by third party, issues with the things that happen out there. The CDC is going ahead and restructuring all their numbers that roughly only 9%, I believe it was, had actually died from the illness. So a lot of people are small mid-cap businesses that have had to shut down due to this thing, or unemployment, people who lost their jobs are seeing this whole thing just kind of blow up in their face as the pandemic. So we'll see how that all kind of plays out here in the future with what is going on. But we did have a lot of green out there. I'm actually very surprised that we're not higher than where we are at right now. So that is our 1 week recap as far as like where we were at, what was positive, what was negative, and the activity for the week. Now the next thing I wanted to go ahead and showcase is Apple. Apple recently did a 4-for-1 split. So if you had 1 share of Apple, you now have 4. So I own in this portfolio 2.77 shares of Apple. So those 2 shares split into 4, each 1 share split into 4. So that was, 4 plus 4 is 8, and then that 0.77 also split into 4. So that would be about 2 or 3 shares right there. So 8 and 3 would put us roughly at 11 some shares. So here we can see that our new shares are 11.08028. So here we can just put in 11.08. I can't think of the rest of the numbers there. 028. Now before I hit enter there, boy, if I could just type in correctly. Maybe I think that's correct. 08028. Okay, that's correct. Currently, without having updated my shares, this is showing as negative 26.36%, that I've had a loss of about $123. Now, as I update this, boom, my shares have been updated. All my information here as far as the value has been updated. Our current change is showing that we have made roughly $913.47, and that is all correct. So that has now been updated and is now correct as far as showing the correct data there from left to right. Now we also have had 1 dividend increase. So looking here on the far right hand side, we can see that 1 stock out there recently increased their dividend from $2.20 to $2.40. So here I take a look at my annual income. This is for Lowe's department, the Lowe's company. So every quarter I get paid $2.09, or about $8.35 for the year. So I'm going to go ahead and increase this to $2.40, and over here you'll see these 2 numbers change, as well as my yield on cost. So my yield on cost went from 2.43 to 2.65. My annual income went from $835 to $911, and my monthly or my quarterly income went from $209 to $228, just based off of a dividend increase there. So very nice there to see that company continue to raise their dividend higher. So that is, that's all the changes as far as our spreadsheet goes. I'm not sure why I can't move to the left anymore. There we go. But that is our updated spreadsheet there for the week. I'll be doing a August review of this one. I had a couple requests. I had a couple of viewers, subscribers DM me over on Instagram saying that they'd like to do a quarterly recap of the portfolio, like where we were at 3 months ago, because here on Monday it's going to be the 3rd quarter of 2020. So we have just 3 months left in 2020, so that is our last quarter of the year. So now, kind of deciding on what stocks we're actually going to be buying this week. Right now we're going into the 31st of August, so we have September ahead of us. Today, on Monday, We have Stanley Black & Decker going ex-dividend. We have Realty Income going ex-dividend. McDonald's, Lockheed Martin, Kellogg's, all 5 of these are going ex-dividend today. So it's no use buying these ones. They're going all ex-dividend today. I will have earned those dividends, but they will be paid out roughly mid to late September here in 2020. So I will be focusing my attention on these upcoming dividends, such as Avery Dennison, Kimberly-Clark, Genuine Parts. Genuine Parts is kind of interesting. I'm not really interested in this one at the moment, even though its payout ratio is actually pretty decent at 66%. I think that there's a bit better opportunities out there, such as UGI. That's one I read recently purchased and am pretty interested in continuing to buy UGI Corporation. If I go over to my spreadsheet here, I don't know if I actually updated this for this past week. So on the 17th of August, so I haven't updated it for this past week. So I may need to do that as well. So I can insert a few of these. And actually, I'm not going to do this all at the moment because I don't want to take up your guys' time. But we'll take a look at this one over on M1 Finance. Let's go back to our portfolio. And actually, we can take a look at this actually by looking at our holdings. Looking at our unrealized gain, and we'll make it negative. So all of our negative positions are up here on top. And what I want to see is just really quickly if UGI, so UGI is still negative by 0.53%, and we have CTBI negative 6.2%. So this past week, I believe UGI was negative by 2 or 3%, and CTBI was negative by a bit more. So in the last week or so, they have moved up to the upside. I didn't actually check by how much, so we can actually do that right now by typing in CTBI. So CTBI moved up 0.75%, and UGI Corporation moved up roughly 2.15%. So because both of those positions are still negative in the portfolio, as far as their where I bought them at and where they are currently trading, the holdings tab does not take their dividend payout into consideration. This is just straight how much I invested, what is my cost basis, how much have I either gained or lost, and what my current value is in these companies. So UGI Corporation, I invest $313 into this one. It's worth $311. Now on paper I'm down, but in reality UGI Corporation has paid me out more dividends in the past, so I have actually more value from this company than 311. Now if I click on this one, I can actually go down and take a look at my position somewhere. Okay, maybe I need to go into another portion of this. I need to go into my, I thought it would be in here. I thought I would be able to do this within here. M1 Finance has had a couple changes in here, but normally in the past you would be able to select this company and then you'd see how many shares you have and how many dividends you've actually been paid out by this one. But I don't think it does it in this portion. I think you actually have to go into your portfolio, go into your holding, and then here is where you've actually had your earned dividends. So we haven't earned dividends for this upcoming ex-dividend, but we have earned these dividends in the past of $4.04. So we're actually positive by a little bit. As far as holding wise, it's down. So that's what we're able to average down. So my main focus again is just buying a little bit more UGI Corporation and a little bit more CTBI Corporation or CTBI. Those are my two that I'm focusing on this week in this portfolio. So we're going to go ahead and head back into our main dashboard here. Type in our handy dandy calculator. 5023 divided by 2 is $25 and 12 cents. 23 divided by 2 is $25 and essentially 12 cents there. So we're going to go ahead and invest into UGI Corp and buy sell and punch in here 25. I'm going to go ahead and go 25.12 into this one and confirm my buy. and done. And then move back into my portfolio, look for CTBI, and this one is still negative by quite a bit. It has paid out 30 cents in dividends, but we're adding more equity to this one. So hopefully in the future, as we are buying more shares of this one when it does recover, and we're adding more equity to it while it's kind of beat up, our shares will be worth more in the future. So that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely go down below, give this video a thumbs up. But of course, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, hit the red button down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified every time we release a new video, and give this video a thumbs up, make it blue. And that is going to be it for today's video. Let me know down in the comment section below, what stocks are you planning on buying today or this week or in September? What stocks are you eyeing? I have been buying a couple different ETFs in my other portfolio. I, of course, am continuing to dollar cost average in my Roth 401k at work every week or every other week. I'm adding roughly $400 into that one. I'm adding $50 into this one, and I've added a couple thousand into my Merrill Edge account, and I would like to make another portfolio, or I need to move cash into my Fidelity account. I still want to start that one up. I'll be making a video on how to get started on Fidelity, and eventually I'll be migrating all these portfolios over there, and then we'll be doing our M1 Finance videos no longer. We'll be doing Fidelity weekly buys. So that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, again, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you all. Bye bye.